What's up everybody, it's Salvaje. This is my Save the World Quick Tips video on the B.A.S.E. I'm going to be explaining the B.A.S.E. This is an ability that at the time of me making this video, every single constructor has this B.A.S.E. The B.A.S.E. provides 60 armor for every structure that it's within base coverage, which we're going to be taking a look at right now. And the default base of every single constructor at the time of me making this video has a 4 segment range or a 4 tile range, and you can place your base by accessing the trap wheel. We're gonna go into a game right now and I'm gonna teach you guys some of the terms that are related to the base as well as how it works, etc, etc. But before we get into that, let's talk about what this means. 60 armor. From my understanding, 60 armor means that you're going to be getting somewhere around like 37% damage resistance. I don't really know the exact number, but armor is just another word for damage resistance. So let's head into a game and let's talk more about the base. Alright, so here we are in a game. Let's see how we can get access to our base. To get access to our base, we need to open up the trap picker. So you need to go to your settings, and you're gonna go down all the way up to miscellaneous, and the third option at the time we're making this video right here, trap equip, trap picker. There's gonna be a button here, right? My button for it is F3 because that's the button that I like to use for my trap picker. So I'm gonna open up my trap picker, I'm gonna click on floor, and then bam, here we go. Here I have access to my base. So now I'm going to place down my base, and as you guys can see, now all of these structures around me, right, they're going to have these blue lasers and these yellow thingies, right? So every single structure that has the blue lasers and the yellow thingy here is basically affected by the power that our base brings into the table. Okay, so that is what is known as base coverage. Okay, the base coverage is every single tile that our base is basically covering right now, and I just want to put that term out there because not everyone is familiar with terms in Fortnite Save the World, specifically if you're a brand new player. Now of course you want to make sure that you also know the purpose of your base. So let's open up my hero loadout. As you guys can see, this base that I have here is going to have a lot of coverage because I'm using Mega Base Kyle, and the power that he gives to his base is longer coverage. I also have the Supercharged Trap Team perk, which is going to make the traps in my trap tunnels do more damage. And I also have Electrified Floor, Feel the Base, and Frozen Castle. What we can gather from that information is that this is a base that is meant to be placed in trap tunnels. However, you could be running a loadout that specializes on the protection of the objective. That leads me forward to my next topic. If you're going to place your base in the objective, make sure that your base is covering as many tiles as possible in the objective. And if there are multiple objectives, see if you can place your base in a way that it can cover both objectives. Like this piece right here of my objective is not covered, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my base in this tile right here. And now what's going to happen is I'm pretty sure both of these atlases are going to be protected. One of the big mistakes that I see, specifically with a lot of beginner constructors, is that they don't really care too much about base coverage. But base coverage is definitely really important. Like I said earlier, you also want to know what your base is all about, right? So I'm actually going to head on over here to this north side, and let's say that the husks are coming in from this direction right here. So I'm just gonna make a really simple, a very quick trap tunnel, right? So we're gonna be placing the timeout rooms and all that. Let's do this here as well. And let's say that this is going to be a possible trap tunnel because the enemies are spawning from the north side, right? What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be placing my base here. And the reason for that is because I want my base to cover the trap tunnel, because the purpose of my base is to focus on traps, right? So again, for the third time, it all comes down to knowing the purpose that your base serves. Now, right here, since I'm using Mega Base Cal and I have that big base coverage, I was able to place my base not just in the trap tunnel, but also in a way that it can also cover this objective right here. Again, it all comes down to maximizing your base coverage. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the base in Fortnite Save the World explained. all of the tiles that are within base range are going to have damage resistance, which is going to make them more durable for, you know, when it comes down to defending it against other husks. And most importantly, you know, tiles that are covered by our base are going to have a specific amount of supportive ability, like electrified floors, feel the base, frozen castle, lofty architecture, and other base abilities that we have in Save the World. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe, because tomorrow I'm dropping a video on what are the top 5 best base heroes in the game. See you guys on the next one, and peace out. And if you want to check out that video, check out the beginner tips playlist or the guides playlist in the description below if you're watching this video at a later date.